Be blessed by the divine. We are going to be discussing about sin imprints and its abolitions. My name is Krish Murali Eswar. I am a certified teacher in the Simplified Kundalini Yoga system of Sri Vethathiri Maharishi. Be blessed by the divine. What are imprints? Let us start by defining the word imprint itself. Imprints are nothing else but magnetic waves that contain the qualities of the objects or individuals or even experiences that we have come into contact with during the course of our existence on this planet. Let us take an example of each one of this. If I ask you to imagine a water bottle or a pen or a paper or a notebook or a whiteboard or a sari or a shirt, you are able to imagine that object. Similarly, if I ask you to imagine an individual, namely, let's say your favorite school teacher, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, or anyone else, your husband if you have one, or your wife if you have one, your children if you have any, you are able to imagine the person. You are able to bring the image of that person in front of your mind. Similarly, if I ask you to imagine your favorite dish cooked by your mom, or the favorite dish in your favorite restaurant in the city that you live in, you are able to imagine that experience. All these are imprints that are stored in your system. Now, not all of these imprints are going to give you positive experiences in your life. Therefore, there are sinful imprints. What is a sin? A sin or a sinful action, that is, either a thought or a word or a deed that results in a harm to self, or to others, physically or mentally, now or in the future, is a sinful action. I hope you get this clear, that anything that causes hurt for self or others, now or in the future, physically or mentally, is a sinful action. Now, what are noble deeds? What are noble actions? Any deed that is not causing harm or that is beneficial to self or others, now or in the future, physically or mentally, is a noble deed, a noble thought, a noble word, therefore a noble action. Some of the examples are things that create harmony between your body and yourself, such as things that are good for your body organs. Let's say you're doing pranayama, breathing exercise. Okay, it's good for your lungs. So it creates harmony. It helps you to improve your health. Let's say you have a tendency to have some asthmatic problems. Doing pranayama regularly, particularly Vethathiri Maharishi's simplified pranayama exercises, what he called the neuromuscular breathing exercises, helps you to withstand the ill effects of the environment that you are living in, or even some of your food habits that you might have acquired over a period of time, which are probably causing wrong kind of reactions to your lungs. Or it could be that your work environment and the kind of work that you have is difficult, or even your mind, you have certain thoughts in your mind, your habits in your mind that are causing breathing trouble for you. Now, another example could be the imprints in the brain cells, which cause you to do some good actions. For instance, you may be very helpful to other human beings. The fact that you work hard to give everything that you have in your possession in order to satisfy or in order to serve another fellow human being who is in trouble is clearly a noble deed. Not only the brain cells, there is also imprint that gets stored in your biomagnetism. So any imprint that gets stored, you can see that they get stored in the body, in the sense organs, in the brain cells, in the biomagnetism of yourself, which are reflected as thoughts or reflections in your mind. And they also get stored in your life energy particle, which is nothing else but your superconscious imprints. And it also gets stored in your genetic center as quality imprints. And not only that, every action of ours, every thought, every word, every deed of ours gets stored in the universal magnetism. And these are the social imprints. How do you know that you have got sin imprints in yourself? Extremely simple. Do you have any physical ailment? Is there any kind of hurt you are carrying in your mind that continues to cause pain for you? Those are the blemishes of the soul. And 3, do you have problems in your life? If you have any of these 3 at any point of time, for instance, when we talk about problems in life, it could be problems in relationship. Okay. It could be problems at workplace. It could be problems with friends. It could be problems in the society that you are facing regularly with your mother-in-law, father-in-law, with your parents, with your brothers, with your loved ones, with your dear ones, with your colleagues, with your customers. These are all problems that come to us because what is inside is nothing but a reflection of what imprints we have stored, we have added into our system. So therefore, my friend, the world outside is a reflection of the world inside. See, if you have problems in your body, blemishes in the soul, and problems in life, these are nothing else but reflections of the world that we are carrying inside. What are these karmas? What are these imprints? Imprints are nothing else but the karmas. In other words, karma is nothing else but the imprints. These are synonyms. There are 3 types of karmas that we talk about. Sanchitha karma, what we have added to our imprints in our birth. Imagine it like a hard disk that we have created in our birth. We carry the hard disk. We have stored one portion or one partition of that hard disk with all the experiences that we have gained during this particular birth. The second type of imprint, the second partition in the hard disk is Prarabdha karma, what we have inherited from our parents and what they have inherited from their parents, and so on and so forth. You can go back up to the first human being who is born, and even go back further to the first animal that was born, and to the first planet, first plant, and then to the Panchabhuta elements, and all the way up to the first atom or first energy particle that was born in this world. From that particular moment to now, whatever has experienced, whatever the people who have experienced, or the life forms that have gone through the experience, all of that has been inherited by us. That hard disk is what we call the Prarabdha karma. And the third karma is the Akamya karma. Supposing, let's say, that I have been eating a lot of sweets when I was small, there is a very high risk that I'm going to become a diabetic at some point of time in my life. So there is a result that is also stored in my system, as a effect karma, a effect imprint. So the cause and effect system is self-governed inside. So the effect system is what we call the Akamya karma. So Sanchitha karma, Prarabdha karma and Akamya karma are the three karmas that we have in our systems. Now, how do we eradicate the imprints? Is it that we are born to suffer right through our life? Or is there any simple method by we can eliminate or eradicate or remove these sin imprints that we carry? What mistake have we done to inherit a set of bad karmas from our parents? Okay. There might be mistakes that we have done in our childhood without knowing, without realizing the results or effects of them. Can't we remove those effects today? Good news is yes, you can eliminate the bad karmas from yourself. How do we do that? There are three ways to remove sin imprints. 1. Expiation. 2. Superimposition. 3. Dissolution. Let's talk about each one of them. Expiation. Supposing, let's say that I have hurt another human being in my life. Let's say my wife I have hurt by saying something which need not have been said in a particular moment. First way to go and remove my sin imprint is to apologize to her. Ma, I am sorry. I hurt you this way. I should not have hurt you. Please forgive me. If that person forgives me, then there is 100% chance that my sin imprint will get removed from my system. Is it enough to say sorry? Not enough, right? We have to try and see how we can compensate for the hurt the person has received because of the words that we have spoken or the thoughts that we have thought about or the actions that we have performed on another human being. So in this case, let's take the example of my wife. Let's say I have said something to her which has hurt her. Now I can write a small note to her listing all the good things that she has done to me and why I appreciate her the way she has helped me or succeed in my life. And hopefully that would help her to forgive me. Well, if that doesn't help her, I have to see what more can I do to compensate. The hurt is real. It is not imaginary in her mind. Okay? And there is no way I can ignore that hurt that she is carrying because it was hurt by me, it was caused by me. So it is my responsibility to make sure that I help her forget that hurt and heal that hurt in her mind. So by compensating, by apologizing, and by not repeating this problem again, we can eliminate the sin imprints from our system. So this is one way of removing sin imprints, expiation. The second way is superimposition. Now please understand, each method is not a substitute for the other method. Okay, it is a supplement. It works as an addition to what you are doing already. So expiation must be done. If you have hurt someone, you have to apologize, you have to compensate that person. Now, superimposition is by doing good deeds, by creating imprints of good deeds, good thoughts, good words, good actions over the existing evil thoughts or sin thoughts, sin imprints, sin words, we could remove the result of the evil deeds by preventing their results. For instance, let us say that there is a person who drinks often. Okay, he is what you would call an alcoholic. He has got a bad habit. Now, this is a sin imprint because it is going to result in hurt for himself, others, physically, mentally, now and in the future. Now, by adding newer, positive, better imprints. For instance, the person can decide that if I feel like drinking alcohol, at that moment I will drink a fruit juice, non-fermented fruit juice. By taking that thought inside and strengthening that thought and adding further thoughts such as I will meditate, I will be around people who do not drink, okay, I will be amidst people who are learned, who are calm, peaceful. I will create an environment that is very peaceful for myself by superimposing these new thoughts which are harmless in nature over the same thought, which is in this case I will drink or I want to drink alcohol. One can superimpose the effect of that evil imprint and completely remove. Over a period of time, sublimation will take place. The old bad thought will go away from the system. It will no more come to us. We will only live with the new imprints forever in our life. Yes, it is not easy to do this. We have to start somewhere, and we have to continue to practice and intensify this method by constantly practicing and not giving up on oneself. We can certainly succeed in superimposing any evil thought or evil word or evil action with a harmless, noble deed or word or action. Dissolution or neutralization is a higher form of neutralizing or eradicating sin imprints. This requires a practice under a trained guru, such as the one trained by Sri Vethathiri Maharishi in Simplified Kundalini Yoga system. We teach a different types of meditation. For instance, there are 2 meditations that have been found to help completely neutralize the sin imprint. Is one Duryatita meditation, where the aspirant is taught to meditate at the universal level, at the universal magnetic level, and beyond the universe level, at the almighty state of conscious level. By constantly fixing the mind at the universal state of consciousness, it is possible for the aspirant to completely neutralize the sin imprints with the almighty state itself. Now, why do we need to do this? We have to understand how our system functions. There are 5 kosas or 5 layers of the body that one needs to understand. The first layer is the Annamaya kosa, where the mind is preoccupied with the sensory organs of the body. Therefore, whatever gives pleasure for touch, taste, smell, light, and sound, we start to indulge in those activities. So that is the first layer of existence for us. The second layer is Manomaya kosa, the ego. My thoughts, my desires, my wants. The second layer of our existence is with the mind. The third layer is with the life force or Pranamaya kosa. The fourth layer is wisdom. Through experience, through self-realization, we reach a state of Vijnanamaya kosa. And the fifth state is Anandamaya kosa, where we no more exist as ourselves, but be one with the almighty state of consciousness at every second, every moment, every day of our life, and right through our life. And that, my friend, is the final goal of being born as a human being. Now, it is not possible for us to elevate ourselves to the Anandamaya kosa unless we eliminate the sin imprints that we carry in our life. Therefore, there are only 2 purposes of our life. One, to completely neutralize and eliminate the sin imprints we carry in our system. 2, to merge with the almighty state of consciousness and be one with the unified force. I hope you understand that the realization to eradicate the old imprints and working towards acquiring virtues which will only cause good for you and others and therefore preventing fresh sin imprints and leading a spiritual life where meditation and a virtuous way of life come together is perhaps the only approach that will help us to succeed in realizing the purpose of our life. May the Almighty Force shower you with good health, long life, enough wealth, peace, prosperity, fame, and wisdom. This is Krish Murali Eswar. If you have any questions, do get in touch with me with the email ID and on my website. I'm also on Twitter. Be blessed by the divine. Good luck.